It's a modest suburb of St. Louis with its porches and picket fences, but its perfectly ordinary appearance belies what locals tell us is a predatory system of fines applied to the mostly poor and black residents. 84-year-old Miss Mingo makes sure to have her lawn cropped to avoid any trouble with the authorities. And if it gets a bit long, do you get a reminder off the city?
Yeah, I do.
So they stop by?
No, they drive by.
Okay.
And they'll say, Miss Mingo, you better get your lawn cut, you know.
This is Pagedale. It's just 15 minutes drive from Ferguson, and it's the kind of place where you can get a citation if you walk on the road rather than the footpath, if you don't paint your house, if your hedge is more than 3 feet tall, if your barbecue is on your front porch, and if you drink a beer too close to that barbecue, expect a fine. Pagedale's list of local ordinances runs to hundreds of pages. Like any place, it has mundane rules ranging from rubbish collection to keeping pets. But it's also forbidden to have a basketball hoop on the front of your house or a window without drapes or blinds. And if a teenager wears their jeans too low, their parents can be fined or even go to prison.
We got to ask ourselves the question.
It's not just Pagedale. Similar laws are in place in towns across America. Activists say they criminalise the poor.
Ordinary folks of ordinary means either don't have the means to pay or they've forgotten to pay. An arrest warrant is issued. People get picked up, they're thrown into jail, and here they find themselves with a criminal record as a consequence of really a minor offense.
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!
The extreme of this is Michael Brown. As a consequence of jaywalking, a police officer confronts him. This leads to an interaction, which led to literally a global civil rights crisis.
When reviewing the systemic racism faced by African American citizens of Ferguson last year, the Department of Justice found police were basically a collection agency maximising revenue. But Pagedale city officials say they're not using their laws to raise revenue. They're trying to keep neighbourhoods safe, and many of the tickets they issue are simply warnings. In the town of just over 3,000 people, the city issued more than 2,000 citations last year.
They had to repaint the house, the handrails, the front porch, the back porch, the roof, you know, the parking lot, the fence. I put the fence up. They dropped me a ticket off in the mail a month later after I put the fence up. It just goes on and on and on.
So how much have you had to pay out?
Thousands of dollars.
I mean, they call it policeteering, don't they? That's one of the terms.
I've heard roadside pirates as well. Policing for profit is another one.
Larry Kirk is the police chief in Old Monroe, 30 miles drive from Pagedale. He says the increase in ordnance citations is driving a wedge between police and the communities they're meant to serve.
We're no longer seen as a protector of the community, but somehow kind of like a harasser of the community. There's times where I actually despise it due to the fact that I know that it's a good person in my neighborhood or community, and I know that they may be struggling, may have been laid off, and now I have to go up there and kind of remind them of the struggle that they're going through.
Small town rules and big time problems, a disheartening reality here. Kylie Morris, Channel 4 News, Pagedale, Missouri.